Dear mothers, I am sure you are very well. Allow me to tell you something and to request you something with a lot of humility. I don't know what you are going through right now as a mother. I don't know the relationship you have with your children right now. I do not know the relationship you have with the father of the children right now. And I don't know the relationship you have with your health right now. But the one thing remains clear. You are the mother to these children. Allow me to only talk about one thing which I have seen. I do a lot of observation. Please also don't forget that I come from a family where there was a mother and there was a dad. My mom rested in 2019. My dad rested in 2021. My mom and my dad, they have raised us up until we were old enough before they died. In my family, we are only 10. I am number 5 in the family of 10 people. 7 brothers and 3 sisters. I saw how mom related with us and how dad related with us. And they both raised us well. Allow me to say that. My mom and my dad raised us well. If you ever see Father CK misbehaving, never blame my dad, never blame my mom. They raised us very well. Any of my brothers, and in fact I tell them every time we meet, and we meet quite often, we tell them that for us we have no excuse. We were raised very well by parents who may not have been materially rich, but they were socially very rich. They were materially poor, but socially very rich. Spiritually very rich. We were raised well. Being raised well does not mean that our dad did not have failures. He had 1,000,001. But there's one thing I always remember. My mom never entertained any one of us say something bad about our dad. Sometimes our dad would drink very badly. Sometimes he would treat our mom very badly. But there's one thing I remember. Our mom always protected our dad. Dear mothers, it is not right when you antagonize your children against their dad. Their dad may be misbehaving. Please don't allow your children to fight their dad under your watch. Please don't. If your husband is misbehaving, don't allow this battle to be fought by your children. If you suspect that your husband is having some mpago wakado somewhere, don't use your children to fight him. Get elders like him, whether they are church elders or wazee wa nyumba kumi. Don't send your son to go and tell your husband that ulisikia akona mpago wakado. No. Mom, that is not how it is done. Mom, that is not how it is done. A man must be corrected by a mom who is an age mate. I admit, as a family therapist, that there comes a time that a family battle can be fought by children. But mom, you need a lot of wisdom to know when to involve your children. Do not allow your son to disrespect his dad. Na unaangalia. Never allow your daughter to disrespect the dad. Ukiangalia. Yes, he may not be a very present dad. Deal with it. He is your husband. He is your husband. He is not a stranger. Stop telling your children that they must be given property by their dad. Dear our gracious mothers, please note one thing. Inheritance is not a right. Inheritance is a privilege. Whatever your husband will bequeath to the children, he does it he has the prerogative of who to be given what, where, and when. And you may have seen, even the inheritance, whenever the dads are giving, is never equal, because it is the prerogative of the father to give his properties to his children, to bequeath the way he thinks it's fit. If he has nothing, at least he gave them the inheritance of his name. If he has property, allow him to share his property the way he wants. And dear mothers, do not push your children to disrespect their dad. It is not right. Some men are being disrespected right, left, and center by their children, and you're just there watching and happy, and in some cases, guiding them. Please don't. You married that man with all his weaknesses. The last thing that you can ever do is to allow him to be disrespected. Did you know that the nakedness of your husband is your own nakedness? Just the way you do not antagonize him against other people out there, don't do that against your own children. Please don't. Please don't. I admit that some of our dads may be behaving below average. If he is doing that, there are so many ways that you can correct him, but not allowing him to be disrespected. Do not be happy when he is unhappy or crying or dying or sickly. Don't. If he has so many weaknesses,